So hey guys, this is gonna be a bit of a different video because I'm going basically off nothing. So 1x got a rework. The rework is you were able to test it in a testing place, the Forsaken Public testing place, but currently you can't actually test that, I imagine, since apparently they're going to close it. I haven't checked this as of speaking this. But apparently it'd be offline now, right? And 1x's rework, I have a few things to say about it. First of all, in the Discord, their official statement, because I want to get this off now because it's going to be very important to a lot of not even a lot, but the complaint I have a big complaint and I'm not getting over it. Do note that if he feels a bit strong, that's intentional. We're actively experimenting to better understand how stronger killers or improved kits perform in practice. This overhaul is a part of the experimentation. You'll notice that his gameplay has changed quite a bit depending on how you approach the kit now. While it doesn't remove the gambling aspect, it should make more engaging fun to overall gameplay. He should be a better killer and he should be more engaging. Now let's go over his moves just real quick. Slash, I believe, is completely unchanged. The damage is the same. The length of the glitched and poisoned is the same. They still does 28 damage. Moving on to Mass Infection, 14 cooldown is unchanged. The up close damage, if you hit the projectile and the up close hitbox, is 73 instead of 75 now. The universal damage, like what you hit if you hit the thing, maxes out at 30 now instead of 35. It applies glitched 3 now and poison 5 up close. And then if you're from afar, it applies glitched 3 and just poisoned 1. Survivor aura is revealed on hit for 12 seconds. 1x can move during windup. Slight green zoom with a green effect during windup. Hitting glitch survivors deals 10 extra damage. That's why it's the max damage. Entanglement, this one's important. The proposed rework Entanglement has a shorter cooldown by 3 seconds. It does an extra 5 damage. It applies helpless 1, glitched 1, slowness 10, helpless 1 and glitched 1 6 seconds. Slowness 1 for 1 second and aura reveals for 12 seconds. It pulls people in I believe it's a straight line to 1x. This is stronger by 50% if they're glitched. And 1x and the survivor don't get any speed and you do not need to play minigame. Pop-ups still show up, but they're purely cosmetic. Then Unstable Eye. The cooldown's the same. It reveals all survivor auras for an extra second. It gives you speed 2 for 1.5 seconds instead of speed 1 for 5 seconds. You're able to move during the wind up. You get blindness for 8 seconds, so as long as you're aura read instead of 5 seconds like before. It highlights survivors based on health, I think. I think that one's actually wrong. I'm going off top of my head. And as I said, 1x can move in the wind up. Slightly longer aura reveal and blindness, that's basically the main thing. And you have, it's a kind of bit like the Raging Pace rework, but of course it's not Raging Pace. Important one, Rejuvenate the Rotten. Its cooldown is now 30, 25 HP, and the minions cannot kill, but they just deal glitched 1 and poisoned 1 on contact for 8 seconds. Only 1 minion per body, you can't spam it to get a million minions. Killing minions, 1x killing a minion grants speed 1 still. Cannot kill minions with Entanglement or Mass Infection, apparently. Now, to go over what I think is good. Mass Infection, I'd say, is an overall good change. The fact you can move you get a wee dash after the Mass Infection ends. Mass Infection is a good changes. It feels a lot more responsive and it feels like you're not just stuck in place. It feels more engaging to use Mass Infection, especially the screen effects. And it makes glitched actually useful again. There's an actual reason to play glitched. Unstable Eye, there's overall good changes. The speed 2 is a bit low in time. Realistically, it need to be 2 to 2.5 seconds for it to be the same as speed 1. But overall, that's fine. Now, my issue. Entanglement. Entanglement before the rework was unhealthy because you had to play minigame. But it was very important for 1x's kit, because realistically it was the only way to stop a real looping. Entanglement does not do that anymore. The pull towards 1x does not help if you're looping, unless you're like right next to each other, and at that point it's not going to do much. The importance of speed 2 that 1x got cannot be understated. As Entanglement is right now, the way it works, it does not help you at all. Like, obviously it can help you, but someone's looping your ass, it's doing nothing. And that is a big issue for 1x, because as I'm going to keep saying, I'm going to yap it over and over, it was very important for 1x to get that distance with Entanglement, because now, unless they're getting pulled straight to you, unless there's nothing blocking, you're not getting really any distance from Entanglement. This is not really helped by Unstabilized Rework, and Mass Infection is still just a gamble tool. Obviously all the projectiles are gamble tools, but at least Entanglement, it doesn't give a big warning. Now I think Entanglement, it moves a bit faster now, but that doesn't really matter, because you can't hear the thing, so you're only dodging if you can see him, which is the only time the change actually helps him, maybe, because it does an extra 5 damage and pulls you to him, so I suppose he gets a bit of stamina out of that. But if you're looping him around the wall, Entanglement is much less useful now. It's awful. Now, this one's going to be more of a broad one. Rejuvenate the Rotten. The move shouldn't exist, that's my opinion on it. Even before, when minions had like 5 HP and did 14 damage, and the cooldown was 200 seconds, the move shouldn't exist. It doesn't fit into 1x's playstyle anyway. So, okay, so your projectile sniper killer has area denial of potentially 7 dead bodies on the map. Actually, you can get even more if you were used the cooldown, like on 2 survivors killed, then you killed a bunch more. You could have like 9 minions on the map. Where does that play into 1x's playstyle? You're rewarded for throwing your Mass Infection off into the distance, not trying to predict the survivor, not trying to mind game them. No, you just throw it at something distance and you get speed 1. That doesn't make sense. There's no way to change Rejuvenate the Rotten to make it make sense for 1x's kit. And on top of that, it feels even worse now that it's 30-second cooldown. You're just... there's no point in the cooldown, you're just using it anytime you get a kill. But like, what's the point in that? Like, at least before, it was like, okay, this is 1x's big strong move. 200-second cooldown, he gets like a bunch of minions, you know. If you're in last man standing, you're fucked. But no, now it's just, okay, killed someone, minion. Killed another person, minion. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Especially because you can't even kill them with Entanglement or Mass Infection, or so you have to be close. You're being rewarded for killing minions up close. At least they made it so you had to snipe them. At least it goes against trying to mind game, but at least it ties into being the projectile sniper killer. If you have to like snipe the minions for the full speed, if you kill them up close, maybe you get like 3 seconds, like with an M1. But if you snipe them with Mass Infection across the map, you get your 10 seconds of speed 1. At least that would kind of make sense. As it is, it does not make much sense for 1x's playstyle. Now, what does all of this mean for the character? I think 1x is actually a worse killer. He's probably better in uncoordinated lobbies, but overall, or against weaker players, but overall, he's a weaker killer, I think. Again, technically, Entanglement, you could mash out of it as fast as possible, but the strongest players are going to be on PC, and they're not likely to be Osu Sweat, so you can get out of Entanglement that fast. Now, Entanglement had to be changed, but the way they did it made it so that, again, you have to be not on a loop. He has no meaningful loop counter outside of just gambling Mass Infection. It's not like Unstabilized going to do that much for countering loot. Anytime I was testing, like playing seriously, he just couldn't do anything. Now, I do have a suggestion for changing Entanglement. I think the best way would be is to increase the cooldown to 20 seconds if needed. Same windup. The pull and stuns stay the same. If you hit a survivor, they get pulled towards you 50% stronger if the survivor's glitched. All hit survivors are stunned for 1 second while being pulled. The damage should remain 10 damage on hit. Helpless 1, glitched 1, 6 seconds. but conditional effects after the pull. If 1x does not reach a certain, or if the survivor does not reach a certain X amount of studs close to 1x, 1x gains speed 1 for 3 or 5 seconds. And the survivor, if they're glitched and they don't reach that certain amount of X studs close to 1x, they should receive like slowness 2 for like, slowness 1 or 2 for like a second or 2, in addition to the already existing helpless 1. This would make it so at least if you use it on a loop, you're getting something out of it. You're not just pulling them into a wall. It doesn't make it super unfair. He's getting like 20% speed on you for a second or so. You're being stunned for an extra second. Like, it'll let him catch up a bit, but he won't get too unfair, and it removes the minigame aspect. Overall, as it is, he's a worse killer, which is an issue because all killers in Forsaken are undertuned, to be honest. Maybe not Nosferatu, maybe Nosferatu's in a healthy spot. Sixer might be honestly at this point, but like every other killer is undertuned in some way. Like especially like Noli Slasher, John Doe 1x. Cool Kid's kinda above there, in the lower side of the good killers, but overall, they all need buffs, and this is a step backward overall for 1x. He's funner to play. But, or I should say, I should probably flip the pronouns while I'm speaking because they're gender fluid. Anyways, they are funner to play, but as it is, they've just been made weaker. And that's about it. This is more of a yap. This is going to be like, it's very uncoordinated, but yeah, that's about it. See ya.